Christine's got a question. Christine, what you got? Perez.
Yes, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my question is, when you're representing the tenant, you're pulling the credit first before they have to apply to that lease? Is that what you're
Absolutely.
doing?
That's what I'm doing.
So then if the listing agent's like, we can't accept that, then they have to pay for another credit report, right?
I say, why can't you accept it? Well, because we're going to go through our system. What do you use? Oh, Rinspree. This is a Rinspree report. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
did you look at it? Well, no. Okay, can you look at it? Like, all I'm asking you to do is just look at it, present it to the landlord. Is this in the realm of possibilities or no? If it is, cool. Look at the house. If the client wants to move forward, we'll do what you want to do, right? But we're not going to get in a car. Gas is $4 a gallon. We're not going to be driving all the way over there, getting all excited just for your landlord to say, oh, no, we want 800 credit. Just give me some, all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for, hey, you to guarantee the approval, right, Glorious? We're asking for feedback. Give me some feedback here. What do you think? Yay or nay? And then if you still want your own thing, and Glorious is pretty good about this. Glorious has won battles over, and I've won a lot of battles over this, where we've already done everything and they still want an app fee. I say, why? Because no, you got everything you need. Let's move forward without it. Let me talk to my client. Okay, client's good for it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll drop the lease. And sometimes they'll come back and say, no, we just need to see it on our side, right? Okay, no problem. I do have Rinspree. You have Rinspree too, right? I do. Okay, I can just share it with you. Right? I already done it. Client already paid for it. I can share it with you through Rinspree, so you can see the exact data coming from the horse's mouth, and then we go from there. How about that? So, like, before we just commit to paying an application fee just because we want to pay an application fee, I'm going to do what I can for my client to offer alternatives to a listing agent. It works. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes it works. I mean, Gloria's had this situation where she just got like probably the hardest person in a rent house. Like, I don't think this is gonna work. Like, I'm prepping to have a conversation. Like, man, we've tried everything. This is literally the hardest file. And I get a call from Gloria's Friday. Guess what? We did it, Joe. Client's moving in on Monday. I was like, what? And client did have to pay an app fee still, but like at this point, we're just like, hey, whatever. Like, this is someone who's like at least talking back, like at least willing to do a deal. So whatever it takes, right? And the client, got approved and gave us a referral this morning, and so on and so forth, right? But this was a very tough file. Does that help, Christine? And I would add to that is prep your client, right? Because if you're going to pull Rinspree and they're going to pay the $40, don't tell them like, hey, and you're never going to pay an application fee, right? Don't tell them that. Tell them that I need this information on my end so we know what we're up against and how to present you in a good light to other landlords. There's a good possibility they may not ask for any app. I don't even talk about it. Like, if they ask the question, cool. But if you make it a bigger deal than it really is, then they're going to make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. If in your mind you're like, oh, I don't want to charge them $40. I don't want them to pay their rent spree because they're going to pay app fees. If you feel that way in your mind and your heart, they're going to feel it in your tonality. And then, then you're going to cause some unnecessary friction that exists. So it's all about how you present it. Like, hey, it's $40, rent spree. I need to know what we're up against. This helps me know how to navigate your application process. Without it, it's the blind leading the blind. With it, we're going to win. What do you want to do? Right? Yes or no? Right? So does that help, Christine?
Yes, a lot. Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, got a couple minutes left. I covered like half I wanted to cover. Right? We get everyone. I got like a couple of other things I want to talk about, but we'll kind of end on any other questions anyone has regarding deposits and credit. I mean, again, we're talking about credit. We don't lose rentals to credit. None of us here in the Leasinators, we don't lose that. We make it up in other areas. Don't let credit scoring on the MLS deter you from submitting your client's file, right? Like, we see that. I don't even pay attention to that stuff. 1-6-20 credit. Well, here's a 550 credit with everything else you need. Make a decision, right? Because again, like I said, landlords are probably if the bar is here and they're not getting that, and they got an asset that needs to produce some income pretty soon, they get tired after a while. It's 2 weeks. This thing ain't been rented. What do we need to do to adjust? This thing needs to get rented. It's sitting there vacant. What are we doing? Right. 3 minutes left. What else you guys got question wise regarding credit, deposit?
Joe, I have a question.
You got Chelsea.
With management companies like Houston Rent Me or whatever it is, I'd have to go back and look at specifics or whatever. But I was working with a client of mine who loved the house, completed the application, paid the application fee up front because it was through, their portal. So that was one of those ones where we had to do it. And before they did this, I let them know, because they were like, wow, how is this house still on the market? So I pulled, the tax record. This house had been on the market since February, I think it was February or March. They did $5 price decreases. And I was talking to, my client. They were like, actually, so-and-so coworker had also applied for this house, and that's how we found out about it. She's like, but she never heard back. And so we had that conversation, applying before they applied. They were like, no, I want to take my chances. Do you see that often, or what would be your plan of action if you see that this house has been sitting? It shouldn't be sitting. Like, it's a great house, great price, great neighborhood. It should have been turned over. In the event that this property management company just isn't responding, what's your take?
Yeah, red flags all around, right? And you're right to call that out and prep your client. This house should not be like this. This is really weird. And so I used to see that a lot. And in my experience, what we would have done is said, okay, let's just go ahead and if you really want it that bad, it's your call. You're the boss. We're gonna submit, but we can't put all our eggs in this basket here. What's property 2 we want to go with? So we need to have 2 going at the same time, because if it's this one or nothing, then we're going to be set up for failure here.
Honestly, Chelsea, just to let you know, because I work with a lot of rentals too, I do see that a lot where, you reach out to the listing agent, you see about getting your documents to the listing agent, they don't get back to you. I've had to CC on emails their brokerages. And actually, I just had one last week. He's the owner, he's the listing agent, and he's the broker. And I was reaching out to him for 3 days, and he just will not get back to me. And I had to go ahead and tell my client, like, hey, I think we need to go with our other options now.
He could be using it just to collect leads. Like, if he's the owner, he's the agent, and he's the broker, and that can happen, and that kind of sucks. But
yeah,
it could be just bait.
Yeah, have 2 ready to go. What's property 2 we want to move on? Perfect. Let's put that up too, and whoever comes with the lease first is we're going to go with. And last thing I'll say on property management companies, since you brought that up, Chelsea, is if you have a client that's got an unpaid rental collection, broken lease, eviction, whatever. Most properties that are managed and they do the screening through some type of third-party service that's not Rent Spree, it's not these other guys. It's almost AI in a way. I think a lot of them use AI. They detect unpaid rental collection and it's auto decline, right? So you kind of want to just avoid big management companies if your client is dealing with certain issues like that, because they're just not going to get approved. And in HAR, when you're setting up your client for a custom search, you have to go to like the custom fields to pull it up, where you can get the option to select property management company, yes or no. And so I have that as like a custom filter on listings I'm sending clients. And so if I know they have that issue and I'm sending them some listings, I'm going to make sure it's selected no. So that way every listing they're getting is just straight up agent to agent, right? It's kind of like a buy owner situation. And we're avoiding all of those property management, companies. Now, some property management companies, I'll automatically say we should try it, right? If someone's got that, someone's on the picky side, they're not fully set where they want to go, kind of like what Tanya was mentioning earlier. But everything sounds okay. They don't have any bad rental history. Credit's like, a little so-so, but it's not a bad file. I'm not driving around town. You're going to drive yourself around town. Here's Simply Home, right? Let me send you the link to Simply Home. You can go do some self tours yourself. Let me know what you like, get a feel for the market. And if you like one, on their website, you can submit the app. Just let me know you submit it, because Simply Home will pay you 50%. And in the winter times, they'll pay you like 125% commission, and you don't even have to go show. Right. And so, sometimes property management companies can be helpful. But again, if you have someone that has those issues, especially on the rental side, you probably don't want to send them any listings that are property management ran. I know that wasn't your question, Chelsea, but I wanted to throw that out there when it comes to property management companies. 8:33.
Yeah, no, that was great. I appreciate this. These guys are solid. They're good from credit and income. They just happen to love this one house, and I was like, my gut just told me, like this property management company, with the way the tax record was showing, and that we likely wouldn't get a response, kind of made me want to go to the seller directly and be like, you want to actually get this rented? But I didn't do that.
Good stuff.
Real quick, Joe, before we get off, where you said you do that that search engine to weed out property management, is that on the HAR part, or is that on the MLS one?
I call it MLS. So like if you're doing in the matrix, right? You're in the matrix.
Yeah.
You're sending someone listing, just setting them up on an auto search, an auto email. It doesn't pop up automatically. You have to go somewhere. I forget where it is. You have to go get custom fields or custom filters. And there's like a list of all other custom filters you can add to it. There's one that says property management company, and you select that one, and it's just like a yes or no. Do you want properties? Do you want rentals that are listed with the property management company involved, or no? Right. And so it's in the matrix.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yes. Y'all ready? It's gratitude and bucket fillers time. So what are you guys grateful for today? What y'all got for this weekend? What y'all got for the day?
I want to give a shout out to Whitney and Sandra, because I wasn't feeling good since last week, and I wasn't going to be able to do my showings this weekend because I was still feeling bad. And Whitney, she just helped me to instead of just canceling it, give me the information I needed to know to see about other people picking up the open houses. And then Sandra was just absolutely amazing, because she was just like, hey, Robin needs her open houses covered. Is there anybody that can cover it? And that was just a godsend for her to do that, because I was not thinking very straight. And I know I posted it in the regular chat, and I should have gone to the open house after I saw her post that, but she didn't have to do that. And so I just really appreciate her, and I'm very grateful for her.
Let's go. What else? I need one or two more gratitudes and bucket filler. What y'all got? About to call on some folks.
I'll go. I have so many gratefuls. One, I'm grateful for answered and unanswered prayers, right? You pray for things in abundance. Be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it and then it's pure chaos. But and we're grateful for that, right? So super, super blessed in that aspect. And I'm also grateful for, I just locked my kid in my car. Oops. I'm grateful for the fact that I had the ability to go show a house yesterday in League City. And y'all know the problems I have with my truck, but my husband was out helping a friend move. So I was like, I'm going to wing it and it's going to be fine. It was not fine. So the ghetto things that we had to do to make yesterday happen, we did it. And I was just sitting there waiting for my truck to cool down, sweating my ever living butt off, because it was 100 degrees yesterday. But I was just laughing, because I was like, well, this is such an inconvenience. It's kind of embarrassing, whatever. I still have a truck that runs and gets me from point A to point B most of the time. And so I was just laughing, because I was like, I'm blessed and I'm grateful for my chaotic mess, but it's mine. That's it.
Let's go. Man, there's types of people, right? People that are that blame people that want everybody to fix everything for them, people that make excuses, and there are people that are gonna be like, whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna make this shit go. And Chelsea is one of those people, like, it just make it go. Let's go. I need one more gratitude and bucket fill. I'm about to call on somebody if I don't get somebody.
I have a bucket
We
filler
got
for
two. We're gonna
Joe.
go Glorious and then Lori. Go for it.
All right, I have a bucket filler for Joe. He's always filling my bucket, even at the craziest times when I doubt myself, and I'm about to start doubting myself less because I keep getting better. But I'm thankful that he and I are working together because this has been the most fun I've had in the last couple of months. Just helping people who have been counted out by your average realtor. And so let's keep going. That's all.
Let's go. All righty. Lori, go ahead, and then we're gonna roll.
So I had a property under contract and the option period ended on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Yes, I know we're not supposed to do that or really look at the date, so that doesn't happen. So our TMs don't have to work. And so all day Saturday morning, negotiating back and forth with an agent that is in Florida on vacation with her kids. And point blank told me she is not going to have time today, that the amendment is the amendment and that's what it is. And so anyway, we got through it. Explained to my clients we are not going to make the 5 o'clock deadline. Letting them know that what happens if we don't make the 5 o'clock deadline. And they were like, no, we don't want to terminate, or no, we're not going to not do the repairs. I want to agree, even if we get it signed at 10 o'clock tonight, I am okay with that. So literally called Chelsea at 4:50 after talking to the agent and saying, we needed to get some verbiage changed on the amendment so my clients felt comfortable. Called Chelsea and said, we're, got the permission from the agent to say, my TM is going to redo your amendment, but with our client's verbiage. And agent never responded. So I called Chelsea and I said, okay, can we redo this amendment? Are you somewhere where you can redo the amendment? Because I wasn't. I was in the car. I was driving. All we need to do is take her amendment. I had emailed Chelsea the changes. My bucket filler is for Chelsea because at 4:50, I literally, called her, said, yes, I can do it. Okay, this is what's going to be done. Within 4 minutes, the amendment was emailed to me and the other agent. And not even 3 minutes after that, I'm on my phone and I see her story where her and Keelan were on the beach. They were, having a good time. And I literally text Chelsea and I'm like, how the hell did you make that amendment happen? And you're out with your family, and so I say all of that to say that we have the best transaction manager that we can have, where she just literally before the 5 p.m. deadline, she had that amendment to me and the other agent. And she said, and I don't even remember what I texted her. I'm like, you're a fucking badass. You're a boss lady. Thank you. And so Chelsea, just thank you so much for getting that done. We did our part. Of course, the clients didn't sign till after, 5 o'clock. But in the middle of a good time on the beach with her husband and kids, she fucking made it happen. So
let's go.
You're so welcome.
Not only is Chelsea always freaking amazing, but she does that all the time. When she's doing something, she's with her family or something like that, she gets you your stuff and gets it back to you super fast, always usually less than 10 minutes. And then you find out she was busy doing something. That's why Chelsea is the best. She's the most amazing person at her job. And I can't imagine my life without Chelsea. I really can't.
Do you think that we need to go to to the buyer and the different places that she wants to location. So you notary check out to it?
A notary?
Yes.
No, we were just doing an amendment. We were in
Oh, okay.
repair negotiation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go all around Chelsea. Let's go.
Chelsea.
All right. So it is Motivational Monday. First off, if you're in the back, get your ass all the way in the front. We're going to fill these first 2 rows. Come on. Come on. So y'all know how I am. Like, here's the deal. We show up, right, in certain places the way we show up everywhere. We want to show up 100%. Let's put away our phone. Let's turn them over, get them out of the way. Let's not be distracted. We're going to move through some things really quick. So first off, we have a guest. You don't mind telling us your name, introducing yourself, where you came from, why you're here.
So I am Janina Hilliard and I'm coming from Alvin. So I just got my license really a week ago.
Congratulations.
Let's go.
So I working as a real estate agent. I'm sorry, and investment. Yeah, since 2019. So I working in that, but of course I have my agents all the time
Yeah.
to work with them. But now I try to do something for my business also.
Your job now. Yeah, let's go.
So
Well,
yeah.
Welcome. We're happy to have you. Let's go.
If you need any help or any help with the system, feel free to reach out to me.
I'm around. Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all ready? So y'all know if you've been around here long enough, y'all know I'm always thinking like, what's next? What are we doing next? What do we need to focus on? What are the big changes we need to make? What is going to get us to the future? What is going to absolutely take all of our agents to the next level? And I've been going nuts lately, and I'm sure everybody around me is like, man, slow the hell down. This shit is out of control. But I don't like that. I'm not going to slow down. It is going to be out of control. It is going to be pure chaos. And for me, I enjoy that. I thrive in that. I don't think sitting still or playing small or say, oh, that's a little too hard, so we're not going to do it. No, we're going to do it. So when I just keep asking myself, like, who are we? What do we want to be? Where do we want to go? And how the hell are we going to get there? And I just started realizing that there's like one underlying thing. And it was crazy because when I was with Keller Williams, running Keller Williams offices in the entire region, Southeast or whatever, from Austin to San Antonio, Dallas and Houston, all these areas out here, we were known as the leadership development office. Like, they were like, you want to turn leaders? Send them to that KW office. Ozzy knows how to turn fucking leaders, right? And that's so I'm like, that makes sense. And I just started thinking, like, we are a personal growth company about personal development for ourselves. And what is the greatest way to develop people other than behave as leaders? Act as leaders, perform as leaders, coach as leaders. So I just realized that if we want this place to be everything we want it to be, we want our agents to be everything they're going to be, we want to change our lives no matter what, whether it's personal, health, spiritual, real estate, business, whatever it is, there's one thing that is going to change all that for us. And it's the ability to grow leaders. And a lot of people think a leader's job is to create followers, like do as I say, like, one chief, everybody's an Indian. I don't believe in that crap. True leaders grow leaders to grow leaders to grow leaders. And before we get there, we have to act as if. We have to be those people before we even get there. So when I started looking at like the way we coach, the way we develop, the way we work on things is, man, if we just focus on that one thing, if we treated everyone as a leader and we had conversations as if we were a leader and they were a leader, everything changes. So this morning, it was awesome. I love the way it happened. I come in and Jacqueline's trying to figure out how to set up the screen and everything. And she's like, thank goodness you're here. And I'm like, no, you're going to do it. I'm not going to help you. I'm going to watch you do it. I'll coach you a little bit, but I'm going to walk you through it. And then Robin was here. I was like, Robin, you do it. So I'm treating a leader as a leader as a leader. And it was awesome the way it played out. I'm like, this is fantastic. Most people would be like, why hasn't the meeting started? And why is this taking so long? And Well, that leadership is the rough road. It's not the easy road. And I'll tell you, like, if I can give you and I've used this story over and over and over again. I love my children with all my heart. And I know you guys do love your children with all your heart. You will die for your babies. And we all agree on that. Like, we would do whatever it takes to protect our babies, to get them where they need to go, whatever we got to do. And I always bring it back to teaching them how to tie their shoes. I'm sorry, Mama. I'm not going to tie your shoe for you. I'm going to coach you on how to tie your own shoe. And it's going to be hard. And you're going to be frustrated. And you're going to be like, why is my dad not helping me? I'm like, because I love you. And this is how we do it. So we're going to work on it. All right, now watch me. You do it. I do it. We do it together. I'm going to do mine. You do yours. We're going to learn. And it's difficult. But in the end, we have someone who learns how to tie their own shoe. We have someone who can learn how to walk on their own. We have someone who can go out there. And the ultimate goal for me is, as far as my kids go, is I want them to be fully functional adults who can go out there and do as much as they possibly can in this world. And we don't allow them to do it themselves, and we don't coach them properly. We don't let them walk through it. We're handicapping them. We are crippling them. We are slowing them down on their growth. And I don't believe in that. So everything we do going forward, I want you to understand this. We're a personal growth company, and we grow leaders here. So you will be treated as a leader. And I'm going to tell you, like, if we have basics for principles of leadership, number one is we don't complain and we are not victims. Number two is, and I love that we had the stories earlier with Chelsea, we just make shit happen. We don't look at an obstacle and a problem as, oh my God, I can't do this. We look at it as, this is an opportunity for growth. How do we move through this? How do we fix this? And we also don't run around having other people fix our problems for us. We have to fix our problems. Now, can we help each other move through it? Absolutely. But nobody's going to come and save you. That is your job, to save yourself. The cool thing is, when you act as a leader and you are helping others and growing through things, yes, it's a harder road, but you'll develop relationships that are stronger, that when you need people to show up, they will show up. That's leadership. And it's a crazy game, and it's a difficult game. It is, like I said, it's a long game. But it is the game that is going to change this organization. So I need y'all to understand, and we're gonna talk about this a lot. I'm gonna slam this into your forehead until you get it. I'm not gonna do the work for you. I'm not gonna answer all your questions the way you want me to. Well, I want everything one-on-one, Ozzy. No, show your ass up to the morning huddle and we can all grow together. Right? If you keep looking for the easy answer, I'm not the one. I'm going to help you find the resources to become self-sufficient so that one day you can absolutely function at the highest level and get everything you want out of this life with or without me. That's how we operate here. Most companies, most people that don't believe in leadership, what do they want? They want you dependent on them. They want you to be a follower. They want you to have to come to them for everything. They're enablers of your bullshit. We are not. That is not what we are here for. That is not what we sign up for. Right? I don't want to be surrounded by people that need me for everything. I don't want to be surrounded by excuse makers, complainers, people that have a problem for every solution. We are going to pour so much into you guys so you could go out and do it yourself. And I want to prepare you for this, for the questions. Whitney, go ahead. You got something to say?
I just had a really quick story. A long time ago when I first joined the team, I watched a guy get really mad at the printer and cry about how he couldn't figure it out, and then you fired him. So I learned a long time ago, I was like, you better not complain. You better learn to figure it out. But that's when you would like literally fire people like left and right. And I was like so nervous that you would do the same to me. So that's just a funny story. Like I'll never, ever forget it about being a complainer and being like, someone needs to figure this out for me. It was like, bro, you better figure that out. Like, and he didn't, and he's not here anymore.
Holy shit, I do not remember that.
Really? Oh my God, I'll never.
Whoa. Just the first name.
Oh, it's a letter. It's a letter. It was a gentleman. He was a nurse.
Oh, yes. I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, D, I remember. Okay. Yes. And guys, here's the deal is I want you to understand, like, that's love. That is love. Like, people don't understand that, but it is absolute love. Like, I can love you right here around me, and I can love you from afar. But here's the deal is I know that the people in this organization, I have a duty to protect the culture. And I got to tell you, complaining is a poison, is a cancer. Being a victim is a poison, is a cancer. So we don't need that around here. And it's going to be difficult. I'm telling you, you guys, and I know you've seen it in layers and parts where people come with questions and I put them in a spot. And I tell you, it's a labor of love. I'm going to tell you, when my kids come to me with an issue, I love them so much. I think you guys have heard me say this a million times. I don't solve their problem for them. I don't answer the question for them. It's usually a question. Well, what do you believe you have to do in order to make that happen? What do you think you should do? What do you think your answer is? How should you go and get it? Are you willing to work that hard to go and get it? Do you really want it that bad? Okay, great. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch you do it. Because here's the truth is, and this is why I love sports. And this is why my kids, I want them to engage in sports and competition, right? I love sports because no matter how hard I try, I can't swing the bat for them. I can't throw the ball for them. In fact, the rules of the game are sit your ass outside the fence and watch. That's what you end up having to do. Even as a coach, there are boundary lines. You cannot cross that line. That's the player's domain. You cannot cross that line. There are certain things you can't say. That's what a coach does. They don't kick the ball for you. They don't make the play for you. They help you with the tools and the skills. If you look at what practice is in football, am I like, hey, I'm going to do all the plays for you? No, it's, hey, line it up, son. Go. We're going to snap the ball, and you guys are going to whoop each other's ass. One of y'all is going to get your ass whooped. One of you is going to do the ass whooping, and you're both going to learn a lesson. This is beautiful. Oh, you bled a little bit? Welcome to life. Oh, you tweaked your knee? Welcome to life. Oh, it hurts? Oh, it's hot? Oh, you're sweaty? Oh, you're tired? Oh, you're cramping? Welcome to life. That's how the great become great. And I am not going to settle for mediocrity. I'm not going to be around mediocre people. You're not going to dull my shine and take away my shit. We are not having it here. That's how we are going to operate. If you are on board with becoming the best version of yourself, stick around. I'm going to challenge the shit out of you. You're going to become a better version for you, for yourself, for your spouse, for your kids, for your family, in everything that you do. Because that's how we are going to operate here. I feel like we have operated, but we stepped away a little bit. It's time to refocus and get back. And the number one leader you need to lead is you. That's the basis of it all. Can you lead you? I am going to walk you through the journey of leading yourself. And I will say it a million times. It will be hard. It is the difficult road. The easy road is, I'm just going to give you your answer. I will tell you that is not a showing of love. Love is, I'm going to walk you through the steps to place the questions in your mind so you can find your own answer and you can be abundant without me. When I give you the quick and easy answer, it's seconds. It's kind of like bullshit. Like, get out of my face. But when we walk through a process to plant the right questions in your head so you can be extremely self-sufficient and live your best life, it is a long process. And some of you who has been through that process with me, we ask me a question and I just keep asking you questions back. And you're like, why is this dude riddling me? Why? I don't like this. It is uncomfortable. But it is a journey for us to become the best version of ourselves. And whether you feel it or not, I'm telling you, it is a journey of love. Because the quick and easy answer is not a journey of love. It's just, hey, we're done. The journey of love takes time. So in order for me to go through this process of question asking with you, it may take 10 to 20 minutes. It may take 30 minutes where I could have given you a 1-minute answer. That's not how we're going to do it. I'll tell you the most powerful thing you can do as a leader. And this is a book. It's called, have y'all heard of it? Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. If you haven't read that book, I challenge you to go read that book. Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. Ask the questions that can unlock someone's mind. Ask the questions that send someone on a journey. Here's the beauty of it, guys. The question is in my mind. I ask you the question. Now, automatically, what do? You ask yourself the question. So if I say, what do you think you should do? You're going to say, what do I think I should do? Now the question is no longer mine. It belongs to you. And when you ask yourself the question and you go on the journey, the mental acrobatics that you go through to find your answer, the question is the most important thing. That question forces you to go on a journey, start looking, start seeking, start finding. It opens curiosity, which is a beautiful thing. And here's the best part. When you find the answer, it's your answer. You own it. I didn't do that. All I did was help you find the best question for you to ask yourself to go and find the best answer for you to unlock whatever the hell you need to unlock in the moment.
You retain them and you learn better that way.
You do. It sticks, but it's a process. And I tell you, it is a difficult process. It is not easy. But I'll tell you, that hard process makes everything else easier. I want to walk through, like Aislin's been on there with me. Jerry's on. Guys, me and Jerry, Aislinn, even Devin, like we've been working on things over the past week or two to unlock so much in the realm of real estate for all of our agents. How we access our database, how we convert leads, all the things we can put into play for the future with AI. Like there's a lot we are working on right now. And the cool thing about it is you see people develop and grow. Man, Jerry, arguably 6 months ago, Jerry was an ISA, right? And Jerry in his spirit is still an ISA. And Jerry has decided that he wants something more out of his business. He wants to take it to the next level. So what has Jerry done? Jerry has made it his mission to learn as much as he can about AI. We've been coding and creating programs. Yesterday, we created a order of operations for grading agents in the database and grading leads in the database so we can place it and code in the database to bring out the best leads, to connect them with the best agents so we can all raise our ability to make money and make it faster. Jerry didn't ask somebody for the keys. Jerry didn't ask somebody to do it for him. Jerry didn't say, I'm going to go hire this person. No, he said, what do I need to learn in order to put me in a position of extreme value? What do I need to learn in order to change the game for me and everybody around me? And he just went and did it. Jerry, what's it been like transforming, bless you, from, being an ISA to adding a whole new layer to your business with lead generation, lead conversion, the things we're working on? You don't have to turn your camera on. Just sound.
Man, I'll say, man, I would never have learned to be in a position like this without working with you guys. Learned so much from being on the team. It's been a blessing to just learn a new skill, right? And what made me so, creative in the AI, creating this AI program for the brokerage was that, I already have the experience of being an ISA. All I did is take all that and applied it to the AI side. I'm like, man, what could make an agent's life easier if we implemented this? If all they could focus on is just making calls and reaching out to leads that are hot already, what could I do to make that process easier for them? and I just implemented it. And man, I've been addicted ever since. Like I was telling Ozzy yesterday, I haven't even put it down. I'm even doing it on my free time. I don't even play World of Warcraft. So, so I'm just like, man, yeah, it's fun, man. I'm having fun, and I'm doing it with people that I love being in business with. So, yeah, it's a blessing, man.
Man, it's awesome. Like we came up here yesterday, Sunday, from 1 to 3. I think we finished right about 3. Man, and we just started asking ourselves, like, how do we why are agents not as successful as they can be? Where are the bottlenecks? Where are the issues? And how do we remove some of that to simplify, break it down, and increase the opportunity for agents to be successful? It's just forever questions, right? How do we serve our people? And we locked ourselves in a room, me, Aislinn, Devin, and Jerry yesterday, and we filled out the whole whiteboard, questions, answers. What about this? What's the scale? How did you do it? And until like 9:34 last night, I watched the clock, right? At 9:34, I got a final answer, and then boom, I packaged it, put it together, and it's boom. Now we have a system on how to program the AI to go into the database and find these things we needed to find, both on the agent side and the lead side. And it's ridiculously fascinating. It's super creative. And the thing we said yesterday was, what we love about this is we know, like I've no doubt in my mind, there's nobody in our market moving as fast as we are in the world of AI. There's nobody in our market that is moving as fast as we are in the way that we're creating these systems, growing them. And I when our conversations, I'm like, we cannot stop and we cannot move slow. We are going to meet 1, 2, 3, 4 times a week until we master this and implement it. We're going to take it down in this model. We're going to test it, see how it works. We're going to break it and fix it and break it and fix it. And we're not going to do it on a 30-day scale. We're going to do it on a daily and weekly scale to move as fast as we can, to make sure we place the most cutting edge tools to help our agents be more successful than any of our competition. Arguably, in this type of world, we would be about 10 years ahead. But at the speed of AI and the speed of adoption, we're only about 1 or 2 years ahead of our competition. So we have to move faster than ever. And it's exciting. It's crazy exciting what we're developing. Well, in the like the fundamentals of it all, it's just leadership. Take charge of where you're at. Take ownership of where you're at. Ask yourself the right questions and move yourself forward over and over and over again. And that's what we're working on. And I'm pumped, but I will tell you, this is who we are. We are a personal growth company and we grow leaders. So I'm going to treat you as a leader. If you come to me with low-level questions, I'm going to plant a new higher-level question in your mind. If you come to me expecting an easy answer, no, I'm going to coach you on finding the resources to go in and be so self-sufficient that you don't need me. And here's a scary thing that most leaders aren't willing to do. And it's almost like a cliche old statement. You might have heard this before. Is CFO as a CEO, he says, what if we train them all and then they leave us? What if we pour all this leadership, all this knowledge, all these skills, and all these things into these people and they leave us? And the CEO says to the CFO, what if we don't and they stay? I'd rather give you all the tools for you to be able to make a decision on whether or not you want to stay here or leave, but then create the environment with so much opportunity and so much growth that you never want to leave, because it does 2 things really, really well. It challenges you to become better, and it challenges me and us to become better, to keep you around. It's a scary thing to know that you're giving people all the tools to be self-sufficient enough to leave you and take all the time, energy, money, resources, and commitment you put into them, and they can just walk out the door at any time. We are all volunteers here. That will never change. But it's amazing to me because that is a test of who I am. Am I doing everything I can to give them everything they need to be so self-sufficient they can get up and leave? Am I building the organization, the opportunities, and my leadership enough to keep them here? We all get to fucking win in that world. So as you step up your game, I got to step up my game. As I step up my game, you step up your game. It's speed of the leader, speed of the pack, and I ain't slowing down anytime soon. And as we find the most highest potential human beings, and we release your talents, and we unlock your abilities and increase your skills, you're going to elevate, and you better believe we are going to build a bigger world for all of your talent, your skills, and your ability to live in, so you can exploit them, abuse them, and share them with the rest of the world, because that's what I believe we're intended to do. We are not slowing down. If you want to run fast, let's run fast.